Thought I'd include this on the day 5 recap. Since this is futures open, you can just see the absolutely ridiculous trend that NQ has been on. Down here at the very bottom is the open. I did take that short down there for a few points, about 3 points. And then 73 points later, I missed the move. I should have hit buy down here instead of sell. 73 points later, I did buy a pullback resisting the breakdown, so we are currently making a new high. We're going to move this channel and keep this nice and clean. There we go. Okay, so this is looking really good. We're going to zoom in a little bit more here. Something's going on in the Globex session for sure. It is just ripping, but started taking my profits on a lot of these trades. I'm just going to ride this out and see what we end up closing with. Put the wick underneath the last trade there. Get back up to that high, I might take this. Bookmap just looks like there's buyers just buying every dip. I'm gonna close this out. All right, so that puts us at halfway to the profit target here on day 5. Let's go. All right, well, we're looking at day 1 through 5 here with 1047 on the first day, 2398 on the second day, 1502.98 on the third day, a whopper day of 38.29, and then we have our 5th day, which is really killing the drawdown, minus 43.62.80. And then we really scale it back, trying to hold back some losses with 393 in the red. So I'm going to get into day 5's decline and also day 6 and 7. All right, just getting right into it here. Basically, giving back profits from the futures opening trade the night before. However, at first, this trade's looking pretty good, right? It's going down. I guess we're recovering somewhat from losses, but here you can see already down to about 1140 and dropping more. I tried to take a short for a continuation right here, and that didn't go too well. 5 lots going against you can happen pretty quickly, giving back gains at open on NQ. Now we're starting to look at some ranges. Wanted to make sure that I was seeing what I thought I was seeing. We do have a bit of a downtrend, but on a larger scale. Here in a minute, we're going to look at the 5K tick chart, and you'll see this is an uptrend from breaking out of structure at a larger point of view. So I am going to take a short as we're testing an EMA here under the EMA, and this is 5 lots, as we typically do on a 300K account at open. Doesn't look too great at first, however, just keep that stop above those wicks. I was pretty confident about that, and we do get a pretty nice pull here. Looking at about a full recovery on this trade, back to about 2,200. I think we close at 1,900 with the stop loss right here. Comes back up a little bit, close out for about 1,910. Yep. Here you can see I just take a bunch of random scalps, basically give back those profits, getting down to about 1,000 there. So I'm going to adjust this channel, make it a horizontal channel, see what the range looks like, see what I can see there without, guessing in terms of entries. Here's a good example of taking too many trades on one trade. So we broke out of that range to the bottom side of the range itself above, and I'm riding that stop way too tight. So I'm giving up on the P&L when overall it probably could have been one profitable trade. And as you see, this P&L kind of continue to shift lower towards break even again. Ultimately, I'm just taking too many trades over and over again while we are having one clear motion outside of the range and then back up into and above, back into rotating to the top of that range. And then kind of after that trade where we did have a little bit of profits here and there, even though we were giving up those profits, you could see the inevitable decline of the drawdown as it got closer and closer, lower than at $2,000 out of the 7,500. As I continue to have to size down on any position that I want to take just because of the drawdown and the risk that I'm taking just to take a trade to try and recover, this is officially tilt, and as a result, I drop below $1,000 on the drawdown. So I'll just go ahead and say it. This account did get blown up because I went ahead and just tried to do max lot size, catch a push right through my order and get filled and hopefully save the account. Needless to say, that didn't work out, so we are going to have to take a reset. I will post a video or a short when that comes out, so stay tuned. But I do want to go over a couple of things that might help me emotionally and maybe can help you as well. As you've observed my trading over the last few video series, I want to talk about my emotional ladders and what exactly those entail and how I can get myself back on track when I'm on tilt, when I'm not feeling the market and I let my impatience get the best of me and I lose control of making my own decisions. One thing we can ask ourselves is, what is an emotional ladder? An emotional ladder is a sequence of emotions and behaviors that help us identify the unique relationships between the two and how we can hone in on controlling our behaviors while we experience our emotions, like foresight, FOMO, fear, greed, and confidence. I ask these questions all the time before I get to my desk. Did I feel like I rushed to my desk or not? Am I in the right headspace to make sound decisions? How many external distractions do I have? Are they avoidable? What do I expect from myself? Is this going to allow me to have a clear mind and accept the results of my trades today? All of these can be summed down to, am I in the right headspace? And how am I going to stay focused so that what I do decide is a good setup is actually good for my account and good for my strategies and my practices over my stimulation. All of these can be attributed to the fact that we're human, and when we get caught up in the moment, we really have to keep ourselves on track, keep our eye on the ball. Questions that I ask myself as I'm trading and before and after during the intraday. Is the market being conducive to your strategies and setups? Are we speculating or following our guidelines of executions? How much risk was this trade worth? Based on the prior answer, we'll give you a better hint at whether or not this was an A setup or not. Was this about execution or recovering from a loss? Is this good for your account or good for your stimulation? And lastly, is it time to shut it down for the day? If the market is being conducive to your strategies and setups, then you can answer the next two questions with confidence that you can follow your execution plans and you wouldn't be speculating. You'd be following your rules and you'd be setting the right risk parameters for the trade. If it's the first trade of the day, perhaps it's not recovering from a loss. But if it is, and you did have a red trade on the day, maybe you should be taking a break, coming back, letting the market kind of work itself out, especially if it's in the first couple sessions of the morning. If it's bad for the account because you've officially gone on tilt and you can't get yourself out of the red for the day, then finally you can ask yourself, is it really just for stimulation at this point? Which can be led to say that speculating on trades instead of actually executing your trades and your trade plans based on the setups the market is giving you. If all of that comes down to the final question, is it time to shut it down for the day? If you make it to this question, the answer is most likely yes. I hope that last part really helped y'all out. Emotional ladders are a great thing to keep you on your routine and on the ball. I'm going to have to get back to that, and we're going to get right back to it with this Apex journey. This is Bullishbear, 23 Capital Trades. Peace out.